Hello, my name is Diana Pazmiño. I am a faculty at Universidad San Francisco de Quito, or USFQ, but I am also a researcher in the Galapagos Science Center in San Cristobal, Galapagos. I have a few projects here. One of them is trying to understand population structure and genetic connectivity of different Elasmobranch species in Galapagos and in the region. And I have a special love for rays, all the way from giant mantas to other smaller ray species. But I also run some community engagement projects. And I have been working with the Galapagos Conservation Trust for a few years now. They are supporting both the science part of my work, but also the community engagement projects. We work with small kids here, aged 8 to 12, local girls from the islands, and that's probably the most exciting part of my job. The long-term protection of the Galapagos is a shared responsibility. I think the first step is understanding what we have and understanding what our priorities are here in Galapagos. We have already discovered some amazing things in Elasmobranch, especially where we think they can move so far, they are highly mobile. We are seeing that many of these species rather choose to stay in Galapagos, and some of these can potentially be resident population, which means we need to pay a lot of attention on how we implement monitoring and conservation actions to make sure we're protecting them in the long term. We have identified species that were misidentified in the past, so we have come up with an accurate list of the diversity of the Elasmobranch here in Galapagos. And if we think of the education side, we are encouraging little girls to become part of what we do in the Science Center, to have a first-hand experience of what does it mean to be a researcher, what does it mean to be a scientist, and presenting them with role models so they know there's an option for them in science if they're willing to do that in the future. Some of these results were seen already. Some of these girls already thinking that they do want to become a biologist or an ecologist. Some of them that didn't want to adventure into the water before because they were scared of the animals and because they didn't know how to swim or how to snorkel, are now very, very excited of a career that involves the ocean, and that's very exciting for us.
Estoy emocionada porque es mi primera vez en un barco. Hola, me llamo Juliet y estoy muy emocionada porque hoy día estamos conociendo sobre las mantarrayas. Chao. Hola, mi nombre es Amy, estoy muy contenta porque vimos una raya. Bebé, chao.
The support coming from the Galapagos Conservation Trust is amazing. Not only is funding that allows us to go and run all these field activities, so money that allows us to hire a local fisherman to go and to take samples and to do the monitorings, but it's also a support that comes in many different ways. Me as a scientist, I'm not trained in education, but I'm adventuring into the world, and I'm receiving a lot of support in terms of how to build resources for education and how to make the activities that I do with the girls very interactive, very, very exciting for them. So that is amazing. And also the fact that the Galapagos Conservation Trust has this strong network and these strong connections with institutions and with people around the world that gets interested in what we do is amazing, because often they help us get in touch with these people, and then that ends up in many different things. People coming and supporting the work, people that's helping us illustrate the different species, people helping us in many, many different ways. We have trained over 70 people here, from fishermen, farmers, taxi drivers, tourist guides, and this has been thanks to the support of the GCT as well. These people is now helping us collect data in the field. These people is helping us analyze some of these samples in the laboratories, and now they are getting also in the data analysis bit of that. So that's very, very exciting, and that's something we appreciate very much.